Hello everyone, OSRS Noob here with yet another update on my 4:1 scale Titanic build in Minecraft. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I was on last, but I had a lot of stuff going on and I've done a lot of work on this ship. Since the last update, I have finished transferring my rather rotating my ship to the proper direction that I was trying to. It took forever, but finally got that done. Then I spent some time um, doing a lot of fixing. Um, Apparently, not only did some stuff break when I moved the ship over, but there was also an add-on update. So basically, everything that I did that has these beams, or any beam for that matter, every beam in the ship was all messed up. I had to actually go through the entire ship and fix every single beam I used in here, which is the hatch number 1 down here in the fireman's area. All the other hatches I've done on the promenade decks for the beams holding up the support beams, grand staircases, everywhere I used a beam was broken. I had to fix them all. Also fixed all my deck chairs. Did a whole lot of fixing stuff. Spent about a week or so fixing a whole bunch of things. I still have some stuff to do, like all my beds have to get fixed, all my tubs have to get fixed, and more importantly, and one thing I'm not looking forward to, is the fireman's staircase, as you can see here. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is the worst one because this one goes all the way down to the bottom of the ship. And I've got to fix every single one of these pipes. Hopefully could be some copy and pasting involved. You know, maybe hopefully some of these decks, the layouts are the same, so I can just copy and paste them all the way down. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun nightmare to work on. But yeah, I'll take care of that at some point. But anyway, so on top of all that, I've also done some actual progress. Actually continued working down Normandie Junction's tutorials. The last time I did any kind of progress, I was on episode 104. And yesterday I just finished episode 113. That's right, 9 full episodes over the last couple of weeks. Done a lot of work, got a lot of stuff to show you. So let's get moving. Real quick though, I'd like to say, give a shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you very much for all your support, for everything that you guys are doing. It's great. It's great to see my channel growing. If you like the videos, don't forget to drop it a like. There's a new YouTube algorithm out there now that you can actually hype videos. For anybody who has less than 500,000, less than 500,000 subscribers, and the video's less than a week old, you can hype their video. It kind of gives a point system, kind of gets them the smaller channels noticed more in the algorithm. So go ahead and do that for me if you could. Like it, hype it. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any updates, any progress coming up. But with that, let's get started. I'm going to kind of go out of order, just because there's a bunch of stuff I want to show and I don't want to give stuff away. So we're going to start down here in the fireman's area. One of the things I've added recently is the toilets. Right, we have 5 toilets on the ship. Of the 285 or so that are on board the ship, we have 5. So no more holding it in. When I gotta go, I can come down here and go. But yeah, there we go. We got 5 toilets installed into the fireman's bath area, or fireman's lavatory. Came out pretty nice. Look pretty good. They do look like the toilets that they had back in the day. The tank was way up there. Your pull chain, water would go down. Yeah, so there we have it. There's the toilets. Nothing else really has changed in here. But so what we will do now is we'll go down this mess of a staircase, and we're going to head on down to the tank top, the bottom of the ship. We're going to start down on the bottom and work our way up. All right, so this is going to take a little while. Gotta get in here somehow. Oh, I'm stuck. Give me a second. It's hard to see with everything all messed up here. La 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 la. Come on, let me go. We're just gonna walk because it's easier to walk instead of flying right now. Gotta go all the way around. I can't just fly down. All right, so now we're down here in tank top. So down here, we've done a whole bunch of work down here as well. I've actually added a different floor. We've added a new floor. Raised up this center railing here up a block because the floors are a block now rather than just a carpet tile on top. So everything got raised up a block. I even raised the doors up a block. All right. As you can see in here, these are still slabs. Oh, I got to fix that. But anyway, we'll worry about that. So yeah, so we've updated the flooring down here and done a lot of other updates down here in the tank top, boiler room, coal bunker areas. We've adjusted all the doorways between the boiler rooms. You can see, and added the watertight compartment, the watertight doors. These used to be a lot wider. We shrank them down. We added some metal beams around it that I had to fix, just to make it more door-like, I guess. We've also added the doors to the coal bunkers. And I've filled up the coal bunkers, all of them. Can you see from up here? No, of course not. But yeah, I've added coal to all the coal bunkers now. So there's 4 in total on each wall, as you can see. I come around over here, and we got 4 more. All right, with the watertight compartment doors. And you can see here's all the coal bunkers all filled up. So every single one of these passages has been done, and all the floor has been laid down. Actually, I want to thank Normandie. He came on and helped me out and laid all the floor for me. Thank you very much. That was very nice of you. So yep, here we go. Just cruising on through here. I don't remember which boiler room I'm in. I think this one's 5. You can see all the doors. Everything's in. No, sorry. This is boiler room number 5. You lose track of count after a while. So here's boiler room number 6 with the last 5 single-sided boilers. So there's only doors on this side facing the ovens. There's no coal on this side. Then we come through this door, and the next door, or this door, is the engine room. That's right. We have started putting the engines in. These things are enormous. Look at the size of these things. This is through episode 113. 114 has us running all the steam pipes from the engines all the way through the boiler rooms, all the way down. I figured this was a good place to end it for now. Don't worry, all the colors, these colors aren't going to stay this way. They will get changed, but this is the beginnings of the engine room, I guess you could say. I have to say Normandie is killing it as far as designing these things. I wouldn't even know where to begin on how to design an engine in Minecraft of all things. But this is absolutely incredible. The real engines in the Titanic, I believe, were 3 stories tall. So you can imagine how big they were to begin with. And this is a 4-to-1 build. So a 4-to-1 build, these things are 120 feet tall. Or 120 stories tall, sorry, which is actually about 120 feet. I think it's 10 feet per story, I believe. So yeah. So imagine standing here looking up 120 feet to the top of a motor. That's the size of this thing. But yeah. So here's the engine room. A lot of work done here over the last few days. We come through this door. This door will be the turbine engine, whatever you want to call it, I believe. These are obviously the propeller shafts going through. Come back into here. This is another room. I don't remember what. Maybe this is the turbine room. I don't know, because there's a 3rd propeller shaft for the central propeller. And then we come back here, yet another room of sorts. I'll know all these when I'm actually starting to build them. And then back here to the end of the ship. But all these walls have been put up. All these watertight compartment doors have been put in. All that fun stuff here. So now, And here's a shaft we put in, or a ventilation shaft we put in. This will go up. These actually go all the way up to the boat deck, to the vent shafts under the top of the second class stairway. Yeah, so let's head on out. Yeah, we'll go up here. Now we're gonna go up to this is G deck, but we're gonna go to Orlop deck first before we get into the G deck area. So this is the Orlop deck. We have added a whole bunch of storage rooms. Don't ask me which ones are which, but there are a bunch of storage rooms. I think this is a wine room or something. I don't know, but they're all sorts of storage rooms all through here. This one's even got a little. These two even have like corner doors. All right. All the way down the hallway. There's all different storage rooms all the way down. What's in here? Right. Yep. More storage. All storage. Let me come through this door. And more storage. Right, it's all storage. Here's the number 4 hatches, the cargo hatches. Come up from C deck, the second class promenade. Come all the way down here. This is for a lot of the food storage is down in this area. If we go through this door, you'll recognize this from the last update video. Here's one of the big coolers they did before, which you'll lead into the storage area. Go through this door, then we have another room, and here's another meat cooler. There's 2 meat coolers here. One's called a westbound for westbound meat. One's for eastbound meat. It's this is the westbound one, I believe, because it's bigger. Basically, depending on which direction the ship's going, if the ship's heading west heading west to like the United States, it's gonna be carrying a lot more people who want to immigrate. So there's gonna be a lot more people on, so you need a lot more food. The eastbound side, not as many people coming back, so they don't need as much food, so that cooler is a little smaller. Yeah, pretty much how that story goes, I believe. But yeah, this whole thing is all just different storage rooms. It's different, yeah, exactly, different storage rooms for different purposes. I believe a lot of it's like the perishable type foods. Yep, so that's the Orlop deck done. Let's head back upstairs. A G deck. Up here to G deck now. Which I can't do anything with at the moment. I have to actually go up to F deck so we can get onto G deck. So we'll come up here to F deck, and we'll go down one of these staircases. All right, let's head down the staircase here, and then we're into the third class cabins on G deck. All right. All the third class cabins in this part of G deck have been done. So if we head on in, we even got bunk beds. They had a lot of cabins down here. They packed a lot of people in. This is the service, like a closet, pretty much underneath the staircase. Yeah, they had. There's another cabin. Right, look, there's 4 people they packed into this one. There's some cabins where there were 6 people that had one cabin, and these weren't overly large. They had a couple large ones, but they weren't overly large cabins. Yeah, come all the way down. Down here, these are all cabins. All right, there's another 2, and some of these are pretty small. Like, look at the size. This is tiny. 2 people hanging out in here. A dresser, maybe a wash basin or something. That's it. There's not much room here. They have 3 people in this little tiny room. So yeah, they did what they can to pack everybody in as much as possible. We come down here again, more cabins all the way down. All right, see that? All the way down. This is just one section of the G deck cabins. These are set up for third class, but they could also use them for an alternate second class according to the plan. So I guess if they had more second class passengers, they could stick them in those rooms down there because I guess they're a little bit nicer than the other ones. I don't know by how much, but maybe a little bit nicer. If we come back over here, there's another staircase back here in the back section. Where, again, now these are definitely third-class cabins. These are designated third-class cabins back here. Like here's one right off the staircase. Again. All right. What do we got in this room here? There's 4 people in there. Here's one. This one's 4 people. I try and find one that has 3 bunk beds. Come down this hallway, and this is blanket storage. There's a whole room for all the blankets. All right. Back on the other side of the staircase, we have more. This is another locker room. Again, more cabins down here. What's in here? That's a 4-person one. Here's a 6-person cabin. See? 6 people in one cabin. That's nuts. Don't get much privacy, that's for sure. There we go. Yep, so that's G-Deck taken care of. Everything we've done on G-Deck so far. Still got some more to go. We'll get there, go up the staircase, and let me just check my notes. I got a bunch of stuff written down that I want to make sure I show everybody, so I did that. Okay. All right, so I guess we can start heading outside now. Done some stuff outside too. And then that should take care of it. Told you, I'm sorry, I told you there was a lot to go over this video. Let's head up outside. And as you can see, the whole ship is finally done, all the way to the beginning. I'm going to come up here, take a look, and we have now masts. That's right, the ship finally has masts. Now, between the masts and the funnels, you can't say this looks more like Titanic now than it ever has. And look at this. How awesome is that? Look how tall. These things are so tall, they even go up through the clouds. I believe the top block is some like 230 blocks up. And remember, I set this thing up so the very bottom of the ship is actually resting on the ground at -61. Right, I believe. Yeah, so -61 is ground level. And this mast tops off at 230. So what is that? 290 blocks from the bottom to the top? It's insane. Look at this thing. These are I just love looking at it every time. Every time I come out here, I just love looking at it. It looks more and more like the ship every time I come out here. But yep, so we've done a few little modifications out here. We've taken the chains off of the life rafts and added ropes. Looks a little bit better with the ropes on it versus chains. A little easier to see too. As you can see, I've taken care of all my deck chairs. They were all kind of funky looking before. I do want to go down to the promenade. Here we go. And yep, did a bunch of stuff down here. One thing I noticed is during one of the other add-on packs, I think this is for Pro Builder, a lot of my blocks are now missing. Like these were the column blocks. I had the top column, middle column, and a bottom column. They're all gone now. And actually, if I go up top here, you can see, oh no, you can't, not until you over here, the grand staircases, all of my archways are now missing too. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with those. More things to fix, as always. Always something to do. But yeah, anyway, back to the promenade. One of the things I've done, I started replacing all of the planks with bamboo planks. Give that nice wood floor look. One of the main reasons why I rotated the ship over was so I could do something like this. Now, I haven't yet settled on a design for this yet. If I'm going to continue with slabs or if I'm going to up them to planks, just so they're the same height as the where the chairs would sit on. Otherwise, I got little platforms here. Not sure I like that. But I might want to redo the walls too, and the drain areas. One thing I did out here is I took a little section of the ship just to play around and see what things would look like. Going off of pictures I saw on Honor and Glory, there was a lighter colored wood that went around. Instead of the dark oak, it was a lighter colored wood that went around the outside. And I'm debating if I want to use hoppers for the drains or if come up with something else, because the drain was actually kind of like a giant trough that went all along the road, the length of the ship. So I don't know. And then playing with the walls. So yeah, I'm kind of off to the side here, just trying to play around and see what I like and see if I incorporate it into the actual build or not. But yeah, that's it. It's a lot of work I've done on this thing over the last couple of weeks. Quite amazing. Is it a butterfly? Eh, how cute. Little butterfly. Anyway, so yeah, these masts, man, these things are great. Ship's coming along nicely. Zoom out a little bit and take a quick peek. Yeah, starting to look like more like the Titanic. You can see my elevators off to the side. One last thing I'm going to end on. Let's just get over here. We're going to go over into the gymnasium. I've added a little something to the wall in the gymnasium. So let's just get over there real quick. I've added a map, a picture of the ship, basically. Spent some time putting all this together. It's actually 11 maps long to take up the entire ship and 3 maps wide. So there's 33 maps here total in order to get this picture. But I think it looks pretty cool. See the whole top of the ship at one glance. Pretty nice. Just a little something that I wanted to do. Even my little work area is up there. I'll have to update it eventually when I get rid of it. But yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. But yep, that's it for today. If you liked what you saw, be sure to leave me a like. Don't forget to hit that hype button now. Want to see more of the build? Get notifications when I post new stuff. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you to my friend Normandie Junction, as always, for his designs and his tutorials. I believe he just released 123, so I'm still 10 episodes behind him. I got to catch up. But until next time, my friends, have a great one, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.